Hey guys, today I will be doing a first impressions video on some new Wet n Wild stuff that everyone has been raving about, and I wanted to do my own first impressions on it, and that is the Photo Focus Foundation, the Photo Focus Concealer, and this product hasn't been highly raved about, but I wanted to try it out. It is the new gel lip liners from Wet n Wild. So this has been all over YouTube for the past couple weeks. Everyone's raving about it. Obviously I used it today, and this I also used today, and I wanted to see if they lived up to the hype. So without any further ado, let's hop into the first impressions. Okay, so I'm just gonna pin my hair back real quick and then we will begin. So here's the foundation. I got the shade Porcelain, but I also got a sample of the shade Soft Ivory. So I'm going to swatch both of them and see which one's the best match, but I do think this one will be. I tried to get the lighter yellow tone shades just because I tend to not like too pinky toned on me, even though I do have a lot of pink in my face. I feel like it just makes me look a little bit more. Okay, so this foundation has this spatula applicator where you can just like pretty much dab it all over your face without having to stick your fingers in it, without having an actual pump. So I feel like this is kind of the meet in the middle way. Instead of just having an open lid, you can kind of apply it without using it and touching it. So I'm gonna just swipe this here, and that actually looks like a pretty good match for me. And this one is just maybe a tad too dark for me. Maybe mixing the two together would be the best bet. I think I'm gonna mix the two. And from what I can tell already, this is kind of matte. Dries down pretty quickly too. But it looks like it has really good coverage so far, as you can tell. So I'm just going to dot this all over my face real quick, and then dot a little bit of the other shade too, and then I will start blending it with my Beauty Blender. I usually would color correct all my redness beforehand, but I'm going to do this just to see how well the coverage works with just the foundation. This thing is a little bit flimsy too, I'm noticing. With the damp Beauty Blender, I'm just going to start blending. I don't know if you can tell or not, but with one pretty thin layer, this has evened out a lot of the discoloration that I have. See around my nose? I usually have a lot of redness. This does set pretty quickly, I'm noticing, so just keep that in mind. You don't have a lot of time to work with the product. So I'm liking the coverage so far. I have this breakout right here and it's covering it pretty well. I think I found a decent shade match for me. It might be a little too light. But I'm going to see if it layers up, because I would like to have another layer around some of these problematic areas. But so far, I love the coverage. The finish is really nice. It's pretty matte. I do have dry skin. So this, typically a foundation like this would kind of emphasize the dryness, but I'm not noticing any of that currently. But I'm going to put another layer on and I will be right back. Okay, so this is with 2 layers. It covered up a lot of the discoloration I have in my forehead, in my cheeks, in my nose, or on my mouth. I'm really liking the finish so far. Even on dry skin, it seems to be like really nice, not sinking into any of the like lines under my eyes or not emphasizing the dryness on my forehead. I do have some blemishes here and on the side of my nose, and they're pretty well covered, honestly. From a distance, I couldn't see them. And I think the shade match is pretty good. It could be a little bit darker, but I think this matches me pretty well. So I also picked up the Photo Finish Concealer, and this is the lightest shade they had, and this is Light Ivory. And this is pretty dark looking from the container, so hopefully it's light enough that I can highlight with it. If not, I'll just use it to touch up and I'll use another concealer to highlight. Yeah, this is a little dark for an under eye concealer for me. So I think I'm just going to conceal with this, and then I'll brighten with something else, but let's see. This does have a nice peachy undertone though. It will cancel out the darkness in my under eye area. I don't know why I'm putting this where I'd put highlighter. Like, I'm not highlighting with this. Okay, so concealer is blended. It covered up most of my under eye circles. It looks really good on the skin. I'm not mad at it. I'm just kind of upset that maybe I didn't get the latest shade, but Light Ivory seemed to be the lightest shade they had, so maybe I just ordered the wrong one, or they sent me the wrong one. I don't know, but for now, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to use a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 15 to highlight a little bit under the eye, just to give some definition. Just blend this in. Next, I'm going to use my Coty Airspun powder in the extra coverage shade to bake, and then after I'm finished baking, I will finish my makeup and see you back here for the lip liner. I've never shown you guys how I bake, so I take the powder puff that comes with the powder, I like tap off a little bit of the excess, and I just go in and really pack it on. I'm on the other eye, and even though I do have dry skin, this powder sits really nicely on my skin. I don't find it to be accentuating my dry patches by any means. And then for my like other areas of my face, I take like the tip and I just put the powder on. And then for down here, just pack it on. This is very messy with the powder puff though. And then I'll go in with a brush, take the excess powder, and then just dust it off. And with that, set the rest of my face. Okay, so guys, I finished setting my face. I am going to finish up the makeup and come back for the lip liner. Okay guys, so I'm back. I finished up my makeup. I did a first impressions on most of what's on my eyes and my highlighter. If it's already up, I'll link it down below. If not, look out for it. It's a first impressions on Essence Cosmetics. My lighting died, so I'm relying on natural light to finish this video. Now I'm going to try out this Wet n Wild lip liner. This is their first gel lip liner. It's a twist up. This is the Perfect Pout Gel lip liner. I always want to say eyeliner. This is the shade Bear to Comment. It comes in a box like this. The product. It is a twist up. I will swatch it for you. I'm just gonna lip line my lips, and then I'm gonna pop back to my other first impressions video to try on a lipstick, and then I will be back to give you my thoughts on all the Wet n Wild products, and then I will check in later with you. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we can do the lips. Okay, so this comes already nicely sharpened. I'm just going to overline a little bit. Okay, so this is a really nice texture. It's gliding on really nicely. The shade is beautiful. It's like a brown nude. Just gonna fill in. Fortunately, in this lighting, the shade is showing up a little bit more kind of red. Okay, so there's the lip liner. I don't have really any initial comments, it's just kind of like a lip liner to me. The texture is great, it glides on really nicely, the color is beautiful, it's pigmented obviously, but it's not wowing me by any means. My favorite lip liner formula is the NYX ones, like the slide on glide on. They're amazing. This is very nice though. I mean, it's really inexpensive. It's $2.99, so I think that's a good deal. Honestly, better than the other Wet n Wild lip liners, I'm pretty sure, because I've tried those in the past, but this is definitely something I will be using. Okay guys, so I got my lighting back up. Finish this video real quick so it doesn't die on me. I finished up this look with an Essence lipstick, same first impressions video. If it's not up yet, it will be up soon. Currently, I am loving the foundation so far. Concealer and foundation went on beautifully. They actually look really nice on my skin. Matte foundations typically do not look good on my skin at all because it's dry, but honestly, I'm loving the foundation. The concealer as well, they both sit really nicely together on the skin. The only issue with the concealer is that it wasn't light enough, but that could be my fault. But other than that, I am absolutely loving it. Next Wet n Wild product was the lip liner, and it was like so far okay. I mean, it was a lip liner to me. It wasn't wowing me by any means, so I'll have to do a check-in later and see how it all wore and then give you my final thoughts. So it is 4:10 right now, and I will get back to you in probably like 6 or 7 hours and give you a final check-in and my final thoughts on these Wet n Wild products. Hey guys, so it is about 6 hours later. It's about 10:15ish. My phone's over there on the charger, but trust me, it's dark outside. It's like 10:15. I'm really tired. I'm trying to go to sleep, so I wanted to do my final check-in for the Wet n Wild stuff. Overall, the foundation was great. The concealer was great. I am going to zoom you in and point out a few little things. The lip liner did really well throughout the day. It didn't feather at all. It stayed within the lines. I did put a lipstick on top of it, but it didn't really wear off. I ate, I drank, and I haven't reapplied, so obviously it wore off a little bit, but for the most part, it's looking really good. I'm going to zoom you guys in though and just show you a few little things about the foundation that I'm not super excited for. Okay, so obviously you can see right here it's sunk into some of my smile lines, which I don't really even have that bad of smile lines. I'm like 18 years old. Like, this cracking here like doesn't really happen with most of my foundation, so that's one thing. And it did cake up a little bit under my eyes. And around my nose it did break up a little bit, but that isn't too big of an issue. It did like cake up a little bit in the sides of my nose. I mean, but for a $5 foundation, like, that's not bad at all. Same thing, like, concealer wore really well under my eyes, didn't crease really, it just caked up a little bit, but that could have been fixed if I would have set this with a setting spray. I didn't set it with a setting spray today, obviously, because I'm trying to see how it wears naturally. Sorry, I've been touching my hair. I need to tone this. This red color is gross. I need to get rid of it. Other than that, the lip liner, the foundation, and the concealer, I would all recommend. They're great products. I'll link them all down below. If I haven't mentioned already, follow me on Instagram at AmeliaOnYT. It's also linked below.